Hey everybody, welcome back to Skygrid with Boomer. Today we have something new that we're going to show you guys. We had a couple people try to figure this out on Grid, and to no luck, they were unable to. However, as you saw by the title, we figured out how to beam up Scotty. You got it right. We have transportation. Can I say it again? We can transport to anywhere that we can set a waypoint in a grid. So what's a waypoint, you say? A waypoint is simply a spot that we can teleport to. If you play on a multiplayer server like I do, you get a certain number of homes. Some people get one. Some people who support the server by ranks get multiple. This is a way for those who don't have money to get the benefit of the rank without actually having to buy the rank. And actually, Fan did a great job with a lot of that. Almost all the rank benefits are available in-game without having to buy the ranks, with a few exceptions. And so one of the things that we're going to look at today is instant teleportation. Well, it's not really instant. It is slightly delayed. But you can set, from what I can see, as many of these as you possibly want to. This is a Slimefun teleportation item. We're going to start by putting down a box of teleporter pylons. And then we're going to add in there the matrix. And then ultimately the activation device. And what we're going to do is we're going to set a marker tool, or what's known as a waypoint. In other words, when we activate it, we can select from the list of valid spots where to teleport to. And so we're going to put this one here. Oh, I have to turn chat back on. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to, there we go. So it says type in the name of the waypoint. We're going to call it this home base. All right. So if I bring up a GPS control panel and I look in here and I come into the world view, it says waypoint overview. If I click on this, I've got one called home base, the one I just created, and I got one at the spider farm. That's what we're going to go to. Now, if I wanted to delete it, I can left or right click it. Either one would delete that. We're going to jump up on this pad, and now you'll see we are in a waypoint overview. We can select which one we're going to go to. Well, currently we're at the home base. Let's go to the spider farm. Now it is going to start a count up. Now this is a little bit slower than ones I had previously done, and this is a live test. Believe it or not, we're going to teleport roughly 400 blocks by 300 blocks, and I think that's why it's going a little bit slower. When both telepads or the waypoint and a pad are loaded in the chunks, it's much faster. It took probably a quarter of this time when the teleporting spot was actually loaded. So I have not tested it this far out. So if this fails on camera, all right, it's going to be a great spoon moment, kind of a boomer moment here, but we're about to see if this actually works. Now, normally there'd be a lot faster ways of getting here, but I'm going to teleport, combine 700 blocks in 1 second, and it worked. Remember I said we're going to the spider farm? We are at the spider farm, and here's our teleporter. Now if I were to set another one of these down here and create another point, it took about, like I said, about a third of the amount of time. So if you've got areas in the world where you want to go long distances and you can't set a warp and you can't set homes, you don't have an elytra to fly, you don't have a method to get there quickly, you haven't built ice paths or whatever, if the chunks are loaded, this will go in approximately 15 to 20 seconds. You can get to an actively loaded spot. So let's just say, okay, I want to go to the spider farm. Here's what you'll see. It'll go up by 3% at a time because the chunk's loaded. The spot's loaded. It's actually about 3 blocks to my right. And I believe the teleportation will actually turn me around here. Let's see. And there you go. And we are still right here, but this is the spot where we decided to put the teleportation spot. Oh, by the way, I'll let him know. I'll let the guy who knows who is having trouble that it works. So if I want to go back to the home base, I'll come on here. We'll go home base. It'll start this up. Now he might want to talk to me while we're doing this. That's fine. I'll tell him when I got it working. So it's another option that you guys have on Grid or Survival or any other world where you have the Slimefun that you can teleport anywhere within the map, that you can set up one of these teleporting pads. Now, granted, this is a while, but like I said, or what if you're in a world, survival world, you're playing by yourself or with your friends, and your world encompasses 10, 15,000 blocks. How about that? Would this be a lot faster than even flying with an elytra? Would it be faster than flying with an elytra in another? I'm not sure. Probably not. And at some point, we're going to test that. Does this go interdimensionally? Well, look at this. Well, okay, we glitched through the floor. Oh, okay. So what I should probably do is set that a little bit higher. We're going to just jump right back up there. But that should be, yep. And that's exactly what happened. We glitched through a 1.14 floor with a Slimefun program written pre-114. So apparently they haven't got all the bugs worked out yet. Got to enjoy my coffee. I know it's 11:30 in the afternoon. No, it's not. It's super 8, super early. I don't know. It's somewhere around there. But this weekend's been great, so I can't complain. All right. So I guess the next thing to find out is, will this teleport worlds? And that's something we're going to have to find out is, can we go from here to the nether to the end? And my guess is yes, because it's, again, wherever you set that teleportation to. Now, I don't have, I'd have to go back. Tell you what, let's do that. Let's try it. Oh, get off of there. Now, even if you break this, that's fine. The waypoint is still set. This is simply the device, the transporter, that, ooh, I just put a hole in the floor. This is simply the transporter that gets you there. Oh, I don't have anything to plug that hole up with right now. I guess we'll stick one of those in there for the moment. Okay, so there's our pad. Let's try to set one up in another. We'll be right back. Let's do it down here. Perfect. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boy, I better not lose this in another. All right, and we'll set a waypoint in here too. We'll put it right here, and we'll call it nether. All right, here we go. Look at that. It recognizes that it's in the weather, and it tells you it's going to estimate 16-second teleport. The home base, 50 seconds, because apparently we're transferring worlds. Same thing to the other one. So we'll just start the home base up. So that definitely tells us that we can teleport from the nether to the end to the overworld. And again, just because we're going through one, apparently I can't see any legitimate reason why this couldn't be much faster. Just seems to be the way that the devs of Slimefun made it happen. You know, you can instantly teleport with homes and such. So there's no reason why that couldn't be done. I understand putting a minor delay to it, but 50 seconds seems a bit excessive. It is what it is, right? At least it gives you more options. And so as we go back to the overworld, you can see the world border. It's lined up with my base where I am in a real world. Now in our world, our grid on Skygrid, the nether and the end actually are 1-to-1 ratios versus the 8-to-1 that they are in your single player worlds. You guys see what happened again? I teleported half into the floor. So if I want to look at the control panel, again, I can go to the waypoints and see I have one in another, one at home, and one at the spider farm. If you want to delete it, left or right click simply deletes it. But it would seem to me that at a minimum, you can set 21 of these. And I thought that I saw somewhere, now if I have more than 21, I don't know if there'd be another page or not. 21 seems a bit excessive, but even if you're in a single player world, right, and you set these up, and you've got one at plus 10,000, plus 10,000, another one at plus 7,000, minus 5,000. Given how long, like I said, it would take to either get into the nether, run through the nether, fly through the nether, ice boat through the nether, you know, even the Ilmango and team who have got that crazy piston bolt thing in the nether. This would seem to still be faster in almost all cases when you're going that kind of a distance. So use it how you'd like. Here's what you need to do to get this thing to work. You're going to need a few things here. So we're going to go back to the GPS. So you're going to need a teleporter pylon. It takes 8 of those to create a pylon. All right. To create one of these is 4 glass, 4 zinc, and a heating coil. Nothing too fancy. You're going to need a teleporter matrix. So you're going to need a control panel, a couple of reinforced ingots, 4 more pylons, and 2 electromagnets. And then you're going to need to decide, do you want your activation device to allow everyone to do it or just you? If you want a personal one, you're going to take a regular pylon and you're going to add this to it. You're going to add 2 lead ingots and 2 cobalt ingots. Or if you want one that everybody can use, which is what I created here, just make it easy, you'll start with that. And then if you want it personal, you'll take that and add the 2 cobalt and the 2 other items. You'll need a waypoint marker. And you can see the recipe for that. It gives you a waypoint marker tool. You only need 1 of those. You can place that as often as you want, wherever you want it to go. And then you'll need a control panel that you can maybe mount at every one of your stations. And that way you can go through and see what's at each one. And here's how you build that. 3 aluminum brass, 2 cobalt, an advanced circuit board, and an electromagnet. As you know, advanced circuit boards, a little heavy on the ores to get going, but not bad. And then a portable geo scanner you do not need. So that's pretty much all that goes into this. It's pretty simple. It only took me about 5 minutes to actually craft all this. It took about 15 minutes to put it all together to figure it out. Did need a little bit of help from the video just to make sure, because unfortunately the in-game documentation didn't really show anything on how to set this up. There wasn't any clue. So they did include a video inside the documentation that I was able to view to at least show how to set it up, but didn't give away all the information, made me do a little bit of work. And that's what I really appreciate about some of these, is that, you know, it's not, here's all the answers, you know. A lot of people play this and say, tell me the answer, tell me the final answer. And as a helper on Fanatic, that's not how I do things. I'm going to guide you to give you clues to help you figure it out on your own. Now, there are some answers I will give straight out when it's very clearly obvious. There's really no way else to figure it out and tell you what it is, but somebody still had to figure it out. So there really is no such answer. But I will try to always point you to the tools and materials available in-game to do everything you can to figure it out. I'll let you come look at my base sometimes, but I'm not going to give you all the clues, because if all I do is give you the answers, what have you really learned about it? What enjoyment is there in having somebody tell you how everything works? And that was when I first got into modded. I hated Sky Factory. Sky Factory was the one I first started with, and that was a big one. 200 plus mods, so overwhelming, and it blew me out of modded. I said, screw this, I'm done. For me, it was, I needed to learn how to understand modded. Now, this isn't modded, it's a plugin, but it's the same principle of Sky Factory and has a lot of similarities. But now that I've got this figured out, you know, will I set a couple of these up? Yeah, probably. More in the overworld, because my base is going to be 1,000 by 1,000. Well, it is. I'll probably set some up when we start on the go-kart track, the ice tracks. Those will be down the road. I can always set warps there too as well. So I've got a number of options, but I do want to include this somewhere in the base, so you'll probably see it disappear in the short term. But I'll probably be bringing it back as well. So this is a little bit shorter video today. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you would, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you know when a new video comes out. But as always on Grid, we say you gotta go Boomer or you gotta go home. We'll see you later.